let's just take a look and see what I was telling you about as far as the driver's tree and whatnot. As you can see, we're now down to 9th. Alfa Romeo did jump us. We're still just barely ahead of Haas. And once I told you that we currently have nothing to build out, for those of you who have not been here for like the past week, maybe week and a half, this is pretty much all I have to do on the car. Is that I can't touch anything on the chassis, I can't touch anything on the aero because I'm maxed out for Spec 1. I'm just about reached that peak for maxing out the engine for Spec 2. As you can see here, it's just these two things that were left for Spec 2, and everything behind the question marks are all for Spec 3. I don't expect that to get touched anytime soon. Maybe not until like Season 4. Season 5 maybe. They probably won't open it up to Spec 3. But the only other thing that is built out to Spec 2 is the durability. As you can see here, everything in this middle row is Spec 2. Everything above that is Spec 3. So feasibly, I could start building all this out going into the Season 3. But as you can see, they got hit by regulation, so I can't touch that. That's why I'm going to be saving up my R&D points now for when the start of next season comes around. I'm just going to blast everything through for the engine and for the durability so I can get those all built up. For the most part, of course. I'm not going to hit everything at the same time, but just to get a good chunk of it built up going into Season 3. And then, like I said before, hoping that maybe, just maybe, the Williams team actually spends money, not on George Russell, but actually on the facilities of the aero and the chassis so that they can become Spec 2, and I can build the car out even more. Because obviously, George Russell, well, bless his soul, he's had an 89 rating. He's actually a pretty damn decent driver right now with all of the upgrades that Williams have been putting into him. Good for him. But now I want that money to go into the car, because otherwise, everything that George Russell is, like, he's almost a 90 rating right now. He's one of the best drivers, like, definitely up in the top 10, maybe even top 5 category. Just based off of his rating. You cannot tell me that an 89 rated driver is going to take a Spec 1 level car, Williams on top of that, and try and drive its ass off to get points. Because he's not really done that. You take a look at the standings right now, you take a look at his results, he's not really done that. I'm just looking at this right now. He has only gotten points twice on the season, at Spain and at Hungary. Twice he's gotten points. He's had several 11th places, like he was on the cusp of getting points, but he has only actually gotten points twice this season. Now, what that's telling me is that as good of a driver that George Russell is, I think I said George Williams earlier, as good of a driver that George Russell is, he cannot wheel that hunk of metal on wheels right now to save his life, to be quite honest with you. And that is why Williams needs to divert some of their fundings into actually helping out with building the car and not just funneling it to George. Oh my lord. How you doing, J-Ro? Maybe if he was Sergio Perez, he would have gotten points. Yeah, no shit, dude. Hey, shout out to Sergio Perez getting a podium at Turkey. How about that? Like, and hey, shout out to Sebastian Vettel getting second, both of them overtaking Charles Leclerc on the very, very last turn to get points at Turkey. Because who would have fucking thought that Ferrari would have been on a podium? And who would have thought that Sebastian Vettel would have been on a podium this season? Given all of the problems that car has had. Who would have thought? Of course, Lewis Hamilton goes and wins another race. Good for him and all that. And he wins another driver's title. We all knew that was happening. But the fact of the matter is that both Ferraris were in the running to flank Lewis on the podium. And one of them did. One of them ultimately did. But we almost had two Ferraris on the podium for the first time in I don't know how long. How amazing would that have been? Ferrari looked like me in the rain in Season 1. What are you talking about? They came second and fourth. They actually did well. I mean, if you're talking about people that spun out, let's talk about Bottas. Bottas was spinning out left, right, and center. I think he's had, like, what, 3 or 4 spinouts? And that was just from the ones that I saw on the highlight video. I didn't watch the whole race, of course, because it was at 6 o'clock in the morning here in Chicago. So I only watched the highlight race. And they highlighted 3 spins out by Bottas. He may have had more, as far as I know. Bottas couldn't keep that car on the track. You mean it looked like... Oh, that's right, because you're right, I did have a couple of decent races where I was fast in the rain, even though I was slow in the dry. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. Alright, so let's get into Mexico, since there isn't really anything else to talk about regarding the build-up to this race and my car. I can't touch anything or do anything. Verstappen and spin-outs, name a more iconic duo, Grosjean and DNF. Grosjean did DNF, I didn't even see that. But yeah, Bottas spun out quite a bit, I knew that. Alright, I'm seeing a cloudy race for Mexico. I can only hope that that does not mean rain. Let me take a look at the forecast. Okay, it is just going to be cloudy at the start, and then it's going to clear up as the race goes on, clearly sunny for qualifying. So no threat of rain here in Mexico. Gained much more respect for Lewis. I didn't see what the margin of victory was for Lewis, though. But like I said, I was just focused taking a look at the highlight video and seeing how close Sergio Perez and the two Ferraris were, and Leclerc completely fucking it up on the last turn to allow Vettel and Perez to pass him. Amazing racing there. It was mad how Hamilton made Inters go 46 laps. I saw the photo of that tire. He basically turned the Inters into slicks. He wore those tires out, and that's what he's known for, though. You gotta say that Hamilton drives the tires hard. And that has been his thing for years and years. He drives the tires hard. And we saw that in Monaco last year, where he won after only pitting once, and then he drove the tires, I think, for, what was it, 60 laps, something like that, and you saw how shredded the tires were at the end of the race last year. And then, I forget which race it was here, too, Silverstone, he punctured his tire, finished the race. The second Silverstone race, he almost punctured his tire, still finished the race. It's just because he drives it too hard. And ultimately is what leads to those tire failures that you see him have. And yeah, you say he drove those Inters for 46 laps. Yeah, he venerably turned them from Inters into slicks just because of how he ground the rubber down. He heated those tires up way too much and ground them down to slicks. Alright, let's get into practice. It's been a really weird F1 season other than Mercedes and Lewis. Everything else is backwards. What, with like Ferrari doing pretty shit, Mercedes, or not Mercedes, but Red Bull and Racing Point fighting it out for a top 3. AlphaTauri doing well at certain points in time. We can all agree on one thing, though. The one thing that's not backwards, Williams in last. Williams, well, for a few times it looked like Williams was going to get points, but of course Williams on the table obviously are in last. That's not changed. Cries in Williams. Migo crying Williams. Alright, so we got that. And of course bump the brakes up to 100. Yeah, they got second and fourth. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying about that.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio.
But yeah, they started... Didn't both Ferraris make it into Q3? Something wild like that? Alright, it's just testing the brakes out. Just testing to see how hard the brakes are. Baseball section always is a pile of garbage for me on this track. Just as an FYI. Oh, that's right. They started like 8th or 9th, right? The Alphas. Ah, missed it. God damn it. Alright, let's try again. We're already off to a flying start here in Mexico, as I still can't find the tire grooves for my seat. Because I have this chair on, plastic mat, because this whole thing is carpeted. And because I've sat on it so much, I've dug out like wheel grooves in the plastic. So by the time I get to my racing, I try to put the wheels in those grooves so that it doesn't go anywhere. Before you say, oh, can't you just lock the wheels? Nah, I actually don't have the ability to lock the wheels on this chair. This is a chair from IKEA. I believe it's called the Marcus. To be fair, it's a pretty solid chair. It was cost like $200. Very ergonomic. It's got like a mesh back and whatnot. It is a lot better. I will say this chair was a lot better than the previous chair that I had, where it was full cloth. And in the summertime, I just sweated and sweated because, of course, this office has terrible air circulation. So I was just like sweating as soon as I sat in the chair. And when I was doing my Football Manager streams and any other streams and whatnot, I was just dying sitting in the chair. So that's why I got this type of chair. And it's so good. A high back, high headrest, mesh back, leather seat, very cushiony. I mean, I've had this chair for a year and a half now, and it still retains its cushion. Whereas the previous chair that I got from Office Depot, it lost its cushion after like a month. So definitely don't recommend that. I recommend this chair though. If you've ever bought a chair from IKEA before, but like I said, I think this is called Marcus. Highly recommended. You have a full leather chair. See here, that's the thing. I can't sit in a full leather chair for very long. Like that is something that, yeah, it's a luxury and whatnot. But if I'm going to be sitting in it, I'm only going to be sitting in it for a very short amount of time. Otherwise, just going to be sweating my ass off in it, especially if it's a hot day. The full leather chair does not breathe. That's why I got this type of chair so that it can breathe. No, NASCAR fan. Basically, no race outside of Europe and the Middle East. And of course, we all know why they're racing in the Middle East. It goes by many colors, but usually green, and makes a very nice sound in your bank account. That's the only reason why they're racing in the Middle East this year. Because of sponsorship reasons, and oh hey, they got money. They got tons and tons of money. Yeah, actually I was looking at DX Racer's joke, but once again it all came down to it was a full leather chair, and I was coming off of a chair that just didn't breathe. And looking at DX Racers, they weren't really looking like they were going to be breathable either. So that's why I decided against it. What's going on, Bazzy? Oh, you've got the pillow for your back, or what's it called? The lumbar pillow. That's another thing that this Marcus has. It actually has like a little foam bar in the back that helps out with your lumbar support. And like I said, for $200, it was not a bad purchase. In fact, if I get another chair, if I ever have to replace this chair, I would go and buy another Marcus. So, given how we knew about the top four, how the top four ended in Turkey, what was the rest of the racing like? What was the rest of the midfield racing like? Because I didn't watch it. I only saw the highlight video, so I have no idea what the midfield racing was like. Was the race at least entertaining? And I know people are like, "Oh, Turkey should be on the calendar every year," or Malaysia potentially could be on the calendar next year, but Malaysia should be on the calendar every year. How was the racing in Turkey this season for this race last night? It's technically not last night for a couple of you people. How was the racing on Sunday, and does the Turkish track deserve a permanent spot on the calendar? Haha says, "What do you think about the Bears changing with their play calling?" Hey, anything can happen, right? And honestly, what'll hurt? if Matt Nagy really hasn't done much when it comes to the play calling this season and part of last season too, it can't hurt giving up the play calling to somebody else and seeing if it can't change for the better. So I welcome it, and we'll see how it does. And a couple other quarterbacks around the league have actually spoken highly of Bill Lazor too when it comes to his offensive play calling. So I would hope that it turns out for the better. And maybe the Bears can actually get a win today. Which I had the Bears pegged to win this game. Which they fucking better win this game because they're going into a bye week next week. Which after the bye week, they're then going up against the Packers. They need to win this game to at least have some semblance of motivation and momentum going into that Packers game in 2 weeks. You're a Colts fan? Don't worry about it. That Super Bowl was fun. That Super Bowl was fun for all of 15 seconds when Devin Hester ran that touchdown back. And then it just went to hell in a handbasket for us Bears fans because Rex Grossman was just overthrowing people by 20 yards. And then as far as this year, too, yeah, I was actually surprised the Colts did as well as they did against the Bears. Because that was a game that I honestly had pegged the Bears were going to win. But that Colts game, that was one of the first Colts games, or not first Colts game, but one of the first games this year that I thought, maybe this Bears team's not going to make the playoffs. You know, the Bears were lucky. The Bears were lucky as hell up until that point. You take a look at, what was it? It was Atlanta, where they came back from like 17 down. They just narrowly beat Detroit. They just narrowly beat the Giants going into that Colts game. And you're taking a look like, okay, the Bears are shaky, but at least they're getting the results. And then they utterly collapsed against the Colts. And we're like, this might be the first sign that the Bears are not going to make the playoffs. I still don't think the Bears are going to make the playoffs. They'll probably go 8-8 this year. But just with how everything is shaped up over the past few weeks, like this, yeah, this Bears team is really looking about as bad as they thought they were going to be at the start of the season. Paul says, "Go Chiefs, dude." I had Patrick Mahomes before. I've had Travis Kelce before, as far as fantasy players. Chiefs totally deserved to win the Super Bowl last year. They were the best team in the NFL, and hell, I would say that they probably have a good chance to repeat this year.
The car settings screen on your
no joke. The Chiefs have a very good chance to repeat for next year. If you're watching an ad, I can't really help you on that. Well, you probably can't hear me because you're watching an ad. I can't really help you on that, Digital. That's just how Twitch is nowadays. Hey, what's going on, Delios? Yeah, I think that's the biggest surprise of the NFL right now, is that the Steelers are undefeated. That legit has to be the biggest surprise of the NFL, is the Steelers are undefeated. Yeah, joke, we were talking about that like 10 minutes ago. All you need to do is just run your tires hard for 46 laps and they'll turn from inters into slicks. Yeah, like I said, we may mention this already. Lewis loves to drive his tires really fucking hard. And speaking of Lewis, how you doing, Nikki? I'm doing okay, Oli. I'm trying not to think about the Bears game tonight because anything can happen. I don't know who it was I just passed, but they did a really good job blocking me going into the first turn. Ah, terrible angle going into that turn. Oh, that was Grosjean? Oh, the paint scheme did look a little like a Haas. Yeah, that might be a bit too advanced there, Digital. But yeah, Paul, as far as the Dolphins go, it's looking like that Tua is... Tua is at least as good as Fitzpatrick, if not better, when it comes to, you know, how he's performing in an NFL level. So you at least got that going for you. And as was said before, you might as well give him the chance to start because you're taking a look at all these other rookies that are getting goes, like Kyler Murray, like Justin Herbert. Dolphins want to see what they have in getting Tua. And seeing that Tua's been performing pretty damn good, they might as well just stick with him. I remember, what was it, like 3 weeks ago at this point in time? Of benching Fitzpatrick for Tua, and everybody was up in arms like, oh, Fitzpatrick didn't do anything wrong. He actually was performing decently. Why are you giving it to Tua? When I was in that camp, admittedly, too. But then I came around to the fact that, oh yeah, seeing all these other rookie quarterbacks starting right now, the Dolphins want to see what they have in their first round pick. Shit. Wheel spin, man. Is it hard to navigate the MFD with the Logitech wheel? No. Because all I need to do is just set it to the circle button, which is right on the edge of the wheel. In fact, it should default to the circle button, which is right on the edge of the wheel. Yeah, the PlayStation button layout is circle button for MFD, a square button for the voice commands. X button, obviously, is your confirmation. And then you can set your triangle to anything, really. But no, the Logitech wheel, it's not that hard. They fortunately have everything laid out nicely, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you bought, honestly... The Williams steering wheel is essentially proof to the phrase that different is not always better. What's best force feedback? Whatever you want. Everybody loves different force feedback. Some like it softer, some like it stronger. It's completely up to you. It feels like, though, when it comes to default force feedback, the 923 is a lot lighter. It's a lot softer than the G29. slash 920. They're the same wheel. So by default, you probably have to turn up the force feedback out of the box with the 923. Oh, that was terrible. That was a big corner cut right there. That was a super big corner cut. Yeah, but I did not pick Williams because of the different steering wheel they had. I picked Williams because I wanted to see if I can actually do well with them. Upgrading their car and whatnot. Oh, okay. We saved it. We managed to save it. Honestly, Digital. And here's the thing. I would agree with you on that. Digital is that between the G29/920 and the G923, G923 costs about $100, if not more, on average. And I honestly feel like the better bang for your buck is buying the 29 or the 920, buying the previous model, because of the fact that with the only addition that is new to the 923 is this True Force sort of motor, which amplifies the feedback when it comes to the motor, the engine, I should say, when it amplifies you going off track and whatnot. It adds more force feedback to it. That's about it. Everything else on this 923 wheel is carbon copy. Control X, Control C, Control V, copy pasted over into this. There really has not been any change between the G29 and the G923, with the only exception being the True Force. Now, is that worth an extra $100 plus? In my opinion, no. In all honesty, I think that the better bang for your buck is, if you want a wheel, if you want a Logitech wheel, you go with the G29 or the 920. I know it says that it only works for PS3 and PS4. There is a patch out there. I cannot confirm because I don't have my 29 anymore, but there is a patch out there for the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5 that will make it compatible for those consoles. The same thing, of course, with the G923. They had planned on that, but there was going to be a patch out for the G29 to make it compatible with the new gen consoles. So you don't have to go and buy a new wheel specifically for that, even though everyone was saying, oh, you're going to need to get a new wheel to make it compatible with PS5 and Xbox Series X. That is not the case. So if you want to save money, I highly recommend the G29. I've said this since I got it back last April, that the G29 is a damn fine wheel on a budget. And I know there's Thrustmaster and Fanatec options out there. I'm not a big knowledge hub when it comes to those two, because I've never had those wheels. I'm not really interested in getting those wheels right now, but there are budget options for them too. So you can compare and contrast, the differences, the pros and cons between them all. But as far as Logitech G29 is, if you're looking solely for Logitech and you're trying to decide, do I want to get the shiny new thing of the 923 or go with the 29? I would say go with the 29, because it's pretty much the same exact thing as the G923, and it costs $100 less. That's just my opinion. And honestly, it probably is for the better. You go for the cheaper option. Amazon sent you 2 G29s when you ordered, so you have a second one in your living room still in the box. Hey man, you can make some money off of that. You could sell that if you really, really wanted to. Yeah, let's move on.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's...
Yabat says, I think all F1 fan bases were glad about Vettel doing good in a race. It rarely happens. Well, it rarely happens, like, in these past couple of seasons, for sure. But yeah, I was really happy to see Vettel up there on the podium. Rockets in the bin. Oh yeah, with James Harden requesting a trade out. Is there any speculation on where he's going to be going aside from, the Nets? I've heard about the Nets, but is there any real other competitor that would pick James Harden up, that would actually willingly trade pieces to the Rockets to get James Harden? Or is it just kind of the Nets and that's it? That's a lot of people, Tykesman. And most of those are offensive line guys, too. Alright. Switching from my practice engine to my race engine. The reason being, of course, because of the fact I got so many extra parts, I don't need to take any grid penalties the rest of the season. So we're just going to use these parts that I currently have. These are the parts I'm going to have for the rest of the season. What's my gearbox looking like right now? My gearbox, it's 16%. We're fine. Don't need to worry about that. Khan says that the Sixers want Harden too. Okay, well, if the Sixers want Harden, who they're going to give up? Embiid? Do they give up Joel Embiid? Is Joel still even in their process, as it were, with the 76ers, or are they willing to give him up to get someone like Harden? Since F1 2018 has no virtual mirror, you have to set the field of vision so far back you can't read the delta data. See, here's the thing. You always have the buttons available to you where you can look left, look right. For me, I have it set as L2 and R2 on the wheel. So, I mean, if you want to make like a quick look over into your mirrors just by looking left, looking to the right, you could do that instead of having to set your field of vision so far back. Simmons and Embiid can't coexist. So you trade one of those two to Houston to bring in Harden. And probably one of those two and probably a positional player, like a fringe player, to sweeten the deal to bring Harden over. That's probably what you do. Alright, just as a reminder, it's going to be sunny for qualifying and cloudy to partly cloudy during the race. So no real threat of rain, thankfully. You shift manually with your controller. Otherwise, you would have said to A and B. But you shift manually with a controller. Dude, hats off to you, because I've tried manually shifting with controller on Forza before, and it is difficult. So props to you for making it work. But I could never do that. Personally, I could never do that. Alright, let's drop the fuel load, and let's go and kick some ass around Mexico. Oh, so is it modified where it has extra triggers then? Is that what you're saying? Digital? Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, no! Alright, well, rule number 1 and what not to do in the baseball section. Jam it down. Alright, this is going to be harsh. Yeah, trying to have your fuel set to max going around this section is just absolutely atrocious. Oh, never go to 5th gear here, Brian. Oh, invalidated lap. Are you serious? Alright, let me get past this. Like, invalidated lap my ass. I thought I was okay. What's going on, Wolf? Cut the last corner of Sector 2. I don't even know where Sector 2 is. I don't know where Sector 2 ends and where it begins. I have no idea where the sectors are. If you say cut the last corner, that's the end of the S's then, right? I'm guessing that's right at the end of the S's. Alright, what am I gonna need to do in order to get out of Q1? What? I need to get 1.2 seconds faster to get out of Q1? There's no way! How? Lando Norris, you can go fuck right off, my man. There's no way I'm going to get that much faster. Oy. And what is going on here? Well, there's no way I'm getting past Q1 here with a time like that. That is not happening. But this also could lead to me having only a one-stop strategy. I could go medium hard. Where's George? George is apparently up. George is apparently up in like top 10. Which I know is weird, but he might very well make it. So I need to get 1.2 seconds faster at least to make it. I don't see that happening. Oh, especially now when I'm making turns like that. Holy Christ. How many points between me and George? Shit. How many do we have right now? As a whole, I want to say we have like 59 points total. And I have 55 of them. George only has 4 points. I don't recall what the actual total number of points that the team has, but George has 4. I have the rest of them. So Wolfgamer, how about that that victory by the U.S. over Panama today? Them American youths coming good. And of course, it's the baseball section that always throws me. So I'm going to be starting last. Wonderful. So George Russell does in fact make it into Q2, but I don't know. What is my DRS set to? Max? My DRS is always set to max when it's qualifying. Alright, so both Haas's didn't make it. Oh, Charles Leclerc did not make it out of Q1. Go figure that one out. My DRS is set to... Oh, it's on my wheel. It's on my wheel. It's set to... Shit, R3. R3 is my DRS bind. L3 is my overtake button bind. So yeah, I didn't make it. Both Haas's didn't make it. Giovinazzi didn't make it. And the big shocker is Charles Leclerc did not make it out of Q1. But like I said, this just means that I'm only going to do a one-stop strategy. I'll go medium-hard. Or I could do hard-medium. I could very well do hard-medium and just have it so that I only do one stop. Because more than likely, everyone is going to be doing a two-stop strategy, soft, soft, medium, or soft, medium, medium. Because that's how Mexico is. Mexico is always hard on tires that more often than not, the default strategy is to do a two-stop. And who knows? I may somehow, some way, do a two-stop strategy from the back of the grid, knowing I am actually decently fast, and especially if I get into the DRS of everybody, I'm going to pass people. On that straightaway, I'm going to pass people. So I think that I might risk it for the biscuit and do a two-stop strategy, soft, medium, medium, or soft, soft, medium, and just like stretch the medium out like super long. That might be my way to go. Because if everybody else in front of me that is going to start, 11th and back is going to be on mediums, they're going to be slow. And with the pace that I'm getting with my Williams and with the DRS, I don't want to lose the DRS. I think that might be the ballsy thing to do for this race, but also maybe the smart thing to do.
Your take on it? You won't be starting at the front of the pack.
It's whatever.
Are you happy with your performance today?
No, I'm not happy, and I'm not going to explain why. I'm not going to explain why. It's the same question as always.
Appreciate your time.
But yeah, Wolf Gamer, there was a USA friendly. It was, it's still in the international break, so they were doing their friendlies. They had the match against Panama in Austria, somewhere in Austria, and they won 6-2. Yeah, like, defense, what is that? So Gio Reyna got a goal. A youngster by the name of Sebastian Soto, on his debut, got a brace. Sebastian Leggett also got a goal. And there was another kid, he's like an Italian kid. Because his Italian last name, like Nicholas Gio something. But he also got a brace too. But like the average age of that squad that played was like 23. It was very fucking young. And like I said, them youngsters are starting to come good. Are Panama even good? They have been, like, a few years ago. I don't know if they've dropped off. They probably have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ruben MG, thanks for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. But yeah, Panama made a Gold Cup final back in 20... Shit, what was that? It was actually the year that I went, because it was at Soldier Field. It was USA versus Panama, 2013. I want to say it was 2013. Where it was USA and Panama, because I had the fucking cheap seats. I sat up in the 400 section in Soldier Field. And I remembered that game, too, because of the fact that they brought on Breck Shea. It was scoreless at the time. It was 0-0. They brought on Breck Shea, and immediately as soon as they brought him on, I said to the buddy that's sitting next to me, it's like, oh, they brought on Crackhead Shea. He's not going to do anything. And I called him Crackhead Shea because if you remember back in the early days Football Manager when they were doing the face cutouts, Breck Shea looked like he was cracked out of his skull. So that's why I nicknamed him Crackhead Shea. And then, once you know it, 3 minutes later, he went and scored a goal. He went and gave the U.S. the lead and gave him the win. So, will that give me any sort of, high marks for Breck? No, because I still really didn't think of him very highly, but that was the one memory, the one thing that sticks out in my mind of that Gold Cup final of USA and Panama. Breck Shea was right. Yes, he was, dude. He still is. He's not good. He's trash. Yeah, Pulisic plays on the full senior team, but he didn't play this international break because of an injury. Dude, no, Teichmann, I know, and he came back to the MLS and was shit in the MLS. You have no idea how much I know on him already. Yeah, he was pretty garbage. He was very garbage. Still don't have my rivalry. All right, 36 laps, before I even do anything. 36 laps. Let's go. And also, let me check, where's Breck Shea even playing now? I'm pretty sure he's still in the MLS. I know he's not retired yet. He's playing for Inter Miami. Oh boy, he's at Beckham's club.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4.
Yeah, well, he's at Miami now, Wolf.
Dave, it's time to see how our drivers are stacking up
All right,
after
George
yesterday's
Russell start.
exciting qualifying
I'm
session.
curious as to where
Good
George
job
Russell's
yesterday
starting.
From Valtteri Bottas, the Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, and Gasly, Norris, Ocon, Kvyat, and Max Verstappen.
Verstappen's in
Perez,
10th. Oh
Albon,
boy.
Lance
Albon's in
Stroll,
12th.
And Russell, Raikkonen, Leclerc, Kevin Magnussen, and Roman Grosjean. O'Brien.
Did anybody
and
take a
Antonio
grid? Okay, Giovinazzi
starts
took a
from
grid
the back of
penalty.
the grid. Now, it's all.
So Gio took a grid penalty, which means I'm not dead last, but I'm still starting from the back. And once again, I'm curious, what is the strategy? In fact, everybody is starting on softs. So it doesn't even matter. Like, I was like, oh, let's try and be ballsy and only do a one-stop strategy medium hard. And then like, if everyone else is starting on the hards, do I go soft? Well, everyone's starting on soft. Everyone's starting on the soft, so it doesn't even matter now. What happened? It was just a bad lap time, dude. It's just a bad lap time. George Russell starting in 14th. Roman Grosjean is the only one not starting on softs. He is starting on the hards. Like, bro, what are you doing? Do you not know what you're... He's probably only going to do the one-stop strategy. He's probably going to go hard to medium. But I'm giving Grosjean too much credit. He probably is not thinking that. The AI is probably not thinking that. And also, this is not a smart strategy either, by the way. Just saying that right now, this is not a smart strategy. Soft to medium in Mexico? No, it will not work. It definitely will not work. I will say this, though. Soft, hard. Soft, hard apparently is a faster time. I don't see how that is, though. It says it's a faster time. I don't believe it. Because you take a look at this right here. I'm getting an extra lap on the softs each. And then the hard tires. How am I losing 5 seconds by doing that? I don't see that. So I think I'm just going to stick with the default strategy, to be honest with you. I think I'm just going to go with the 2-stop. 11, 11, 14. And yeah, get a good start. That's pretty much what I need to do. But I don't want to lose out on DRS too much. That's why I want to go on the faster compounds to start. All right, starting in 19th. Where do you guys think I'm gonna finish? Will I get out of the bottom 5? Will I finish top 15 or above? That's kind of my goal right now. Considering that everybody is all on the softs, save for Roman Grosjean, of course. Everyone's all on the softs. They're all pretty much going to be on the similar strategy. Podium for sure. Oh, are we going to think like France here, Purple? Are we going to think like France, where I started 18th and won the whole damn thing? Yeah, let's go for that. Define faster, because hard tires is not fast. Ah. I was sliding all around here. Oh, let me get my wheels back in my fucking grooves on here, because I'm out of the grooves. I'm gonna restart. Yeah, my wheels are all fucking out of whack now. Haha says, why can't you do a default with 2 softs and 12 rounds? What do you mean? 12 laps, and then medium? Is that what you mean by that?
Okay, let's push early on and gain some places. If we do, we should be able to match our result from the last race.
Not fast, but long life? Yeah, that's not really what I'm planning on. So what you're saying is change this to medium? Okay, this is where I draw the line as to how this is the same exact okay, I want someone to tell me why the same strategy is 10 seconds faster on one side than the other. I want someone to tell me this. Because you're seeing this, right? You're seeing 11, 11, 14. Soft, soft, medium. And then you see the time between the two of them. Something don't add up. Something just does not add up. And, I mean, yeah, I can read what it says. Yeah, the top one is drive more conservatively. The bottom one is drive as fast and as hard as possible. Which, if that's the case, then that's the one I do. If that's the case, because yeah, obviously I don't want to drive conservative on my tires. I do want to drive fast as I can. But that's so weird that it gives me the same exact strategy and it's two different times. Yeah. Massacre, I have no idea. But it's like, which one do I want to do? This one or this one? It's the same exact fucking thing. Whatever. Massacram, thanks for the follow, dude. Codemaster shenanigans. Yeah, Codemasters, 1 and 1 apparently makes 3. 1 and 1 makes 2 in one section, and 1 and 1 makes 3 in the other section. Oi. Yeah, the top one was a lighter fuel load. The bottom one was a heavier fuel load. Yeah, that I did see. Bottom one was a heavier fuel load. Which that was the one that I selected. And the reason why that was a heavier fuel load is because it wants you to push. The bottom one of driving your tires to the bone, the bottom fuel load will always be higher. So it just gives you more of an option to push. This motherfucker. And no, I never drive non-cockpit. It doesn't feel right to me. People want to drive like T-cam or remove the pillar, they could do that. However, it's whatever makes it most enjoyable to them. But for me, it just feels super weird not driving cockpit. When I'm driving with a wheel, it feels super weird not driving in cockpit. Yeah, I know Grosjean's on hards. He hasn't changed. It's just that he's catching up to everybody because everyone is constantly slowing up in front. Everyone is constantly slowing up in front to get to procession mode when we get to the slow corners.
DRS is being enabled this lap.
Because yeah, that's the thing. It's like we get to procession mode as soon as we get to the slow corners. That Grosjean behind, he's catching up. It's the AI, and I think it's because the AI's on 95, they're like hyper aggressive. The higher the AI is, the more aggressive they are. That just seems to be a common theme that I've noticed. That whenever I try to pass the AI, they're fucking ramming themselves into me. So be forewarned, if you're playing on a lower difficulty right now and you want to move on up, just be forewarned that higher difficulty, the AI is going to be more aggressive on you.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Oh, shit. Totally forgot about pumping up the fuel mixture to 3 there on the straight. Thinking of bumping yours up? Alright. I wish you good luck. But like I said, just be forewarned for any AI shenanigans. They're probably going to bump you off the road. If you try to pass them, they will try to bump you off the road. Ah, shit. Just like with USA, as soon as I fuck up the S's, as soon as I fuck up one turn in the S's, the entirety of the S's is done. You'll shove them back? Alright, watch your front wing. Get back here, Giovinazzi. I actually had a purple first sector. And then fast sectors 2 and 3.
Some information on Russell. They seem to have an issue.
No! Georgie boy's got an issue. And Tykesman, if you say anything about my team career mode, I'm just gonna straight up ban you. No cap. Yeah, my AI's on 95 there, Nazi. It ain't my fault this time. Oh, that's true. I seem to be losing all of my speed in the baseball section, as I said I would. The AI is just not that good in the turns here. Which is where I need to make up my time, but there really isn't any good spot to overtake in these turns. which then leads to, okay, I need to make good use of the exit speed coming out of these turns, but I just can't match what the AI is doing. No worries, Thomas. I actually got an early day tomorrow myself. I got a all-important interview. I know, first time in quite a bit, I've actually got one. I'm trying to think how far away from the guy in front of me, but I mean, he's also DRS chaining off of Magnussen. So it's not like I can gain on him because of the fact that, well, he's also getting some decent speed from the car in front. Yeah, plenty of good luck to be had. I mean, it was good luck that I got an interview in the first place. Considering the bad luck I've had recently, because nobody seems to be answering any application email that I send out. Man, who is pulling this fucking Truly train? I don't think that at all there, Junior. Or JR, however you want to pronounce it. Vincere. I would like to know why you think that. I'm very curious, because I just do not think at all that this has a high level of difficulty, like a high level of entry for new players. Because you could always turn the difficulty down. You can always change the difficulty. I mean, that's why the difficulty is on a sliding scale of 110. You can change it up and down to your liking. That fits your ability compared to the AI. Just use rewinds. Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. Of course, I'm trying to limit my usage. I've already used one. I got 2 left in the bank. Oh no, my DRS is...
You'll be on the softs.
My DRS is stuck closed. Are you fucking kidding me? On a track such as this, the DRS getting stuck closed is bogus. Alright, I guess I gotta use the overtake button in the fuel mix. More so than the DRS flap. See, that's why before I said anything, I wanted to check my rear view and see exactly what part. Was it open or was it closed? I'm trying to remember where I got my DRS stuck open. I think it was Baku. It was some tight track. There was no way. There was no fucking way that I was going to keep it together by having my DRS stuck open on a tight-ass track like Baku. Yeah, Italy or, hell, Spa. Italy or Spa would have been the 2 great tracks to have DRS stuck open. Oh yeah, JR, talking about tire differences, battery, it's not something you can do to monitor mid-game. Believe me, I'm not a big F1 fan by any stretch of the imagination, so tire differences I knew a little bit about, but the battery management, I had to learn that while playing this game. And it took a little bit. Like, I had the battery management set to automatic so I wouldn't have to worry about it, like, the first month or two that I was playing this game. And I started playing only back in April. So for the first month and a half, I had the battery management set to automatic. And then as I felt that I was getting better driving in this game, that's when I set it to manual so that I can manage it my own damn self. It did take some time. Absolutely, it took some time.
George is coming in for his stop.
But like I said before, it's all about how
coming in
comfortable are you and how much enjoyment do you want to get out of the game. If you don't want to worry about the battery management, then fine, you don't have to do that. That's why you can set it to automatic. Tire difference, though, you do have to learn that and figure out what would be the better strategy. Do you go on the softer strategy? Do you go on the harder tire strategy? That one you do have to figure out your own self.
Fuel target is +2. Let's move to mix 2 or 3, please.
But I mean, there's so many ways to, and so many things to change in this game. Difficulty level, assists that you can have. That every single iteration of playing this game is different. It's tailor-made to each individual person. Junior Vincere, thank you very much for the follow, dude. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a high barrier of entry because it does give you opportunities, plenty of opportunities, to lower the difficulty to a beginner level or a novice level that you can learn what to do and how to play the game while you're playing the game. And like I said, the difficulty in this game, it's on a sliding scale of 0 to 110, where 0 obviously is Cupcake Novice, 110 is, you know, Robot Difficult. So you can just tailor-make your...
You only have to stop once now.
Here, I'll even pause right here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So as far as the assists goes, you can turn on or off anti-lock braking assist, like going into the corners. If you turn it on, it will brake as you're going into the corner, so you don't have to worry about that. Traction control, so you don't spin out. You can turn on or off the driving line. Manual gearbox or automatic, of course, if you play with a wheel or controller. And this is probably the one that you're talking about. DRS, ERS, and fuel assist. ERS, of course, is the energy recovery system. That's, you know, the battery of do you want to recover more or less. DRS assist is, you know, when you enter a DRS zone, do you want to manually press a flap button to open the flap and go faster? Or do you want that automatically to happen as soon as you cross into that zone? And fuel assist, do you want to manually change your engine? Do you want it to go to a lean mixture or a rich mixture? Or do you want to have the AI control that based off of your driving and where on the track you are to control that? So, like I said, it is a very low barrier of entry type of game where it has all of these assists that you can go and change up and vary to your whim. And if you want to play on a higher level or a lower level, you can change things around dramatically to fit your driving style. And then, of course, as you're progressing through a career, you could change that higher or lower as the career goes on. So it's completely customizable. Absolutely. And like here, the driver level, I change it between 85 for practice and 95 for the race. Just so I can meet goals and whatnot. But yeah, you could turn on or off vehicle damage. You could turn on or off the safety car, pace car. You could turn on or off flashbacks if you want to, you know, oh, I crashed, I want to do over type of deal. Formation laps, tire temperatures if you don't want to worry about, you know, heating up tires and whatnot. So yeah, it is fully customizable. It is pretty in-depth to tailor make to everybody from the barrier of entry, lowest barrier of entry, like for me, because I didn't really watch a lot of F1. I liked racing games, but I didn't really watch a lot of F1, to people that have been playing the game for years and years and years, and they want a different challenge. So it's pretty solid when it comes to customizing your gameplay and how you play this game. Yeah, long story short, good game, absolutely. I fell in love with this the first week I played it back for F1 2019. I fell in love with it the first week I got it. And as I said before, I don't really watch a lot of racing series. I'm not an F1 guy. I'm not a NASCAR guy or an IndyCar guy either. I love racing games. And this, on the whole, is a good racing game. It is, however, only strictly to F1 current circuits. Unlike if you went and got, like, Project Cars or Assetto Corsa or Automobilisti. If you went and got those games, you could play multiple different tracks, and you could download multiple different tracks too. So you aren't just, hamstrung by only playing these type of games, or these type of tracks, I should say. Oh no, absolutely. You asked a question. You wanted to know how difficult this game was, or like barrier of entry. I will show you, dude. I will take the time to show you. Thank you very much for the questions. That goes for everybody. If you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask it. If I can't answer it, someone in the chat can. But if it's something like what you said, JR, I will take the time to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And it's very much appreciative. But yeah, pretty much I've been playing this now for 7 months, almost straight, and everything is feeling like second nature. Like the button presses, they're all muscle memory button presses right now. I don't even have to look at the wheel to know exactly where or what the wheel does, what buttons on the wheel do what. Like, the one thing that I'll probably change up shortly in the next, month or so is the removal of the driving line. Because I have driving line set to corners only. I used to have it set to full, but that was because I didn't really know a lot of the tracks. But now that I'm starting to get more comfortable with pretty much every track, sooner or later I'm going to be just turning off the driving line and trying to drive these tracks au naturel, as it were. And yeah, J-Ro, that's a game that I probably need to go and buy. ACC, because I have normal Assetto Corsa. I don't have ACC. Because I didn't play a lot of original Assetto Corsa to justify getting ACC. Though I've heard ACC is much better than the original. Yeah, Vietnam is out for next season. It has been confirmed Vietnam is out off the schedule for next season. Alright, Magnuson, I want to say get fucked going into this turn. Alright, my DRS flap is fixed. Let's go. I hate, though, that I lost a lot of time by not having my DRS flap down. Shit. I lost a lot of time not having my DRS flap down. Did anyone like Vietnam? I don't think anybody liked Vietnam that I've seen talk about, like, tier listing these games or these tracks in this game. I don't think I've seen anyone like Vietnam. Alright, I've got my father sitting in front of me. Yes, sir, this is Moscrop. It's pro career, but I'm only going to be staying at Williams. Because I want to try and make Williams a damn good car. Moscrop, thanks for the follow. You know, that's actually a familiar name, Moscrop. I thought that you were a former follower. Either way, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I see Williams as the ultimate challenge. And in all honesty, I feel like that, you know, even going back to my Football Manager days where I was big onto doing Football Manager challenges, I've always saw Williams here as, like, the ultimate challenge. If you can do well with Williams, you can do well with anybody. What's replacing Vietnam? We actually don't know right now. That is a blank spot on the calendar. Though I've heard rumors of either Turkey or Malaysia. The Sepang track might be coming back for next season. Though right now, this is all just strictly rumors. Nothing has been confirmed. I don't know. How are we feeling about if Malaysia comes back to F1? I've actually heard nothing but good things about the Malaysia track. No, Tykesman, because they're actually, Saudi is just an addition to what they're doing. There are going to be 23 tracks next year, not just 22. So Vietnam is being removed and replaced, so they can still have 23 tracks for next season. Alright, beat Kimmy to the first corner. Yeah, if you've taken a look at Josh Ravel's videos for getting F1 back into Africa, really there are only 2 tracks that can feasibly host an F1 race, and even then they'd have to be massively upgraded. And one of them is Kyalami, of course, former F1 track in the past. And I think the other one is like a Marrakesh in Morocco. Which, if you've not checked out Josh Ravel, he's actually a really good vlogger on motorsport, mostly F1, of course. But just, he does other motorsports, like supercars and IndyCar, NASCAR, too. He's a New Zealander, so if he does have that, you know, Aussie, Kiwi type of humor, if you're into that sort of thing. Check him out, Josh Rovell, Rovell. I highly recommend him. Thought line was turned off in Pro Career. Oh. Wait, Pro Career is a different thing? I'm doing Driver Career. Is that not the same thing? There's Driver Career and then there's Team Career. I don't know about this Pro Career that you speak of. If Pro Career is a whole different thing, then no, I definitely am not on Pro Career. It locks the settings. Oh, so it's probably, yeah, like max difficulty or something like that. Like no assists.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, welcome back, Matt. I'm pretty sure the assists have not changed since last time you were here, Matt. But of course, as a reminder, thank you for Teichman.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1. Yellow flag.
Yellow flag, uh-oh. Oh, it's Kvyat. I basically had to go off track. I had to go off track just so I can get past Kvyat. So I am now down to one final warning before I get a 3-second time penalty. Hey, Seancer, how you doing, bud? Yeah, but he's got a kick-ass name, though. Abominous Matapotamus. Abominous Matapotamus. Guarantee that is a name that people will remember. That is a name people will remember because of how unique and how long it is. Alright, I'm coming into pit lap 22. Lap 22. I was getting some wheel spin there. That's actually the first DNF that we've had in a bit. It's been quite a bit since we had a DNF. Also, I noticed that some people went to the soft hard strategy. Like Albon in front of me.
In this lap, push now.
God damn it, Albon. I don't think I'm gonna beat him here. No.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
And also I have like a crap load of extra fuel. So I can pretty much go hard the rest of the way. Fuel-wise, that is. Thoughts on a co-op driver and my team career that you could do with a friend. So like co-op, just co-op team. I mean, that could be something.
Exit now. Look after these tires now. We want to finish the race on this
So
compound.
you could probably also say that that could be just a thing that they do for League. Like that could just be another thing that they do for leagues. Because honestly, to me, if they do something like that, it would be for, like, a league play. And not for, like, the standard driver career, pro career, or team career deal. I don't even know how you'd be able to implement it in my team career. Because the whole purpose of my team career is that you are the owner of your team, and you gotta choose an AI driver to be your second. There would be no way that my team career would have two
George is in the pits. George
owner
in the pits.
drivers on the same team. That would not work. Had any luck with job applications this week? Well, as I said before, that's right, you weren't here. Wolfgamer Adelios, there's a bot. I do have an interview tomorrow morning. So hoping that goes well. Come on. I was going to say, I don't know if I'm going to be catching up to Grosjean or Magnussen, but, you know, passing either one of them would be great. If I'm not taking turns to shit. Shit. Speaking of taking turns to shit. Yeah, I mean, it's not like there are people that, it's not like there are no people out there that have thought of that idea, so you're not the only ones that probably want to see it in there. I'm just saying, I don't know if there's a good way to implement it. Well, this could be good for me. Both Haas's are fighting in front of me. Yeah. We will both know the pain of driving in a Williams. Hey, if both of the Haas's in front of me just want to keep fighting, that'd be great. Magnussen's definitely not having a good time. Oh, Magnussen, you have just been left out to dry, my man. Did I watch the turkey race? No, because I was asleep. I did catch the highlight video, though. Oh, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole, and I do not even care. I kind of just ran Magnussen off the road. Yeah, it was 7 a.m. Eastern. It was 6 o'clock Chicago. Like, there was no way I was waking up that early to watch it. I'm sorry, as much as I'm trying to get into watching F1, there are limitations, right? Like the Russian race. The Russian race also started at 6 o'clock my time. There was also not going to be a race I was going to watch. Whoa! Okay. My tires get too slick or what? Alright, there's a flashback number 2. That's
Green
number
flag.
2 out of 3.
Yellow flag.
Somebody is slow in front.
Full course caution. The safety car is out.
Oh,
Keep an eye
wow.
on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down. Maintain positive delta.
My slicks are turning to inters. I don't think that's even possible. Yeah, coffin please for Pierre Gasly. He is out of session.
Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
And before anyone says, oh, come in and take tires, no. I'm not coming in and taking tires, because nobody in front of me is coming in and taking tires. I'm just going to stay on these mediums. Plus, I don't want to lose all these spots. Alright, so we come to the line. There will be 8 laps to go. I think we may be 6 to green. We might be 6 to green. When everything is all said and done. I just realized that Verstappen picked up soft tires behind me. Wait, he had 6 spins on the day? What? The highlight video only showed 3, so I don't even know if he had more. I didn't even know if he had more. Wow, actually, points are in very reachable distance. Because I'm going to be restarting in 11th. And Albon is starting on hard tires. He's probably going to drop like a stone. Alright, so the safety car is all the way past turn 3. Coming down the next DRS straight. Yeah, my tires are only like 16, 17% worn. I will be guaranteed I'll have enough fuel for the end of this race. Panoron, thanks very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. You can link it in the Discord, joke. I'm sure you're still part of the Discord, right? You're still part of the channel, or the server, I should say. Just put it in the Motorsport channel. Alright, so in fact it will be 5 laps to go when we come to green. Gotta heat up the tires. Swerving at 190 miles an hour, gotta heat up the tires. I know, 10th place is right in front of me. Albon's on hard tires. However, Kimi and Verstappen pit for soft. So legitimately, that's what I'm scared of, is that I may gain a spot, but then I'll lose 2 spots. It was Leclerc too? Oh boy. So yeah, I think that I might gain a spot, but I'll lose 2 spots, so it wouldn't even matter. I'm not going to get points. Oh, it's coming down to it. Like, Mexico, I knew Mexico was one of my favorite tracks, or is now starting to become one of my favorite tracks.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Also, why is everything set in Celsius? I thought I had this set to Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's like, why are all my temperatures set in Celsius?
Okay, clear.
I distinctly remember making everything Fahrenheit, and I did not change it. Speak for yourself, Purple. Because I just noticed that right now. It's like, wait a minute, why is this Celsius? I never changed it to Celsius. This game's here to do the right thing. Well, fine, fuck you then. Come on, pedal down. We're not going to get DRS until lap 34, until there's 2 laps left to go. Giovinazzi's getting an arrow push from Kimi Räikkönen behind him. Albon is not being hindered, though. Albon will not be denied. even though he's on hard tires. And it's gonna hurt. In fact, this is all gonna hurt, really, because everyone's gonna be DRS pulling everybody else. I'm not really gonna be gaining any ground, I don't think.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So I've got to, like, dive bomb some of these turns, but I have no flashbacks left. That's the unfortunate bit. I have to dive bomb some of these turns, but I've got no flashbacks.
DRS is now online.
And yeah, the DRS for this long straight's not going to be available until the last lap. Oh, Albon's having problems. Albon's having problems, but I can't capitalize on it. I mean, I can do the math in my head. 18 degrees Fahrenheit is 10 degrees Celsius in conversion. But seeing it in, like, higher denominations of, like, 70, 80 Celsius, like, there's no way. I can't do the math that quickly. I've got Leclerc bombing down behind me. Who's more than likely going to pass me here. Yep, bar freeze at 0. It's 32 Fahrenheit. Hey, don't try and bring logic here into Imperial. Don't try to bring your logic in the United States. Haven't you seen the United States lately? We have no logic. We don't do shit logically here. And when every ounce of logic comes in, oh my god, we fucking shun it. Like, burn the witch with your fucking logic, huh? I know, powers of 10. Metric is so simple. It is easy to understand. That's why the fucking scientific community uses it. Because it is simple and easy to learn.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Also, I totally did not realize that we still had 1 lap left to go. I'm sitting here fighting with Leclerc thinking that this was the last lap. And we in fact have 1 lap left to go. So I was about to say, hey, 11th place, it's not that bad. There's still a distinct chance I can finish 12th. If Leclerc has his way. Oh no!
Time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
I can't do anything about that either. I've used up all my flashbacks. Can't do anything about that either. I've used up all my flashbacks.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Where'd I drop to? 16? Oh, I dropped 5 spots with that penalty. 5 spots with that penalty. Good
That's
God.
a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
On the last lap, too,
Tell me,
yeah.
how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, this was a
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix,
man.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight.
Bottas wins, Hamilton second, Vettel third. God damn it, man. Yeah, last lap, and like I said, I used up all my predetermined flashbacks, so I couldn't just kind of scum it. I couldn't scum it, I wasn't gonna scum it, I was not gonna be that guy. But yeah, that hurts, man. That hurts real fucking bad.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson.
That made George Russell finish ahead of me.
Wait, how many flying fins have we had now?
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad that I did that to myself. I cut it, and I kind of realized what I was doing as soon as I started turning in. I realized at the last second I turned in way too late, and after I realized it was already too late. It's like, yep, we've already got the time penalty. Damn it. All right, so here's your podium. Bottas, Hamilton, Vettel, as we just saw. Then it's Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, Alexander Albon. That is your top 10. Of course, Leclerc was right behind me. Giovinazzi and Raikkonen there for Alfa Romeo. Max Verstappen, because Max decided to go and be a cheeky son of a bitch and think, hey, maybe I should go soft tires for this final 5 laps. Well, that's what you get. You finish in 14th.
Well, anyway,
I've got no sympathy for you there.
This time.
Then George, then myself and my dumbass 3-second penalty. Grosjean, Magnussen, Gasly, and Kvyat. Man, it was both AlphaTauris that did not finish on this day. Both AlphaTauris. Considering that AlphaTauri was a very strong contender at the very start of the season, they're falling and falling at a very, very fast rate. As you can see, actually, I say falling, they are still holding on to second place in the constructor standings. 4 spots, even with the points that Albon got. AlphaTauri is still ahead of Red Bull Racing by just 4 points. Yeah, Mercedes already won the constructor's title. That was just a given. And it's pretty much is going to come down to either Bottas or Hamilton for the driver's title. Ferrari's in 4th, Racing Points in 5th. Then you got McLaren, Renault. Yeah, at this point in time, we're not chasing 6th. Like, that's a pipe dream at this point in time. If anything, we're chasing 7th to see if we can, pip Renault at the very end of it. I don't see that happening, but, yeah, who knows.
It's another clear win for...
Driver standings, though, with the win by Bottas today, Bottas goes ahead of Hamilton by 1 point. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much Bottas and Hamilton fighting out for the driver's title for this season. Hamilton won it last season, I think by quite a bit margin. And Bottas right now leading Lewis Hamilton with 2 races to go. Yeah, Verstappen, Gasly, Leclerc, Vettel, Kvyat. Yes, Gasly and Kvyat up there in 4th and 7th driver's title. That's all because of what they did early. Like, early season, AlphaTauri were a force. They were dominant. And they've slowly started to fade away as the season has gone on. But then you can see Albon, Stroll, Perez, your top 10 in the driver standings. Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris, myself, I've got 55 points. Ocon, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Russell, Grosjean, or Raikkonen. Grosjean is the only driver that has no points this season. Why don't we see too many American drivers? Probably because the American drivers don't get into the way of life of an F1 driver from an early age. Like, Americans don't do karting. We just don't. We don't do karting, and by and large, there isn't a lot of open wheel driving in the younger divisions here in the States. Like, yes, we have the USF 2000 and the Pro Mazdas. That's about it. We don't have, like, F4s or Formula Renaults or anything like that we can immediately jump to after karting. So there isn't really a big avenue for American drivers to jump to the open wheels. It usually is just going into stock car racing. Stock cars or trucks. That's the avenue for Americans because that's more accessible than the open wheels. And yeah, what were the last American drivers that we had? It was Alexander Rossi. It was Scott Speed. And I'm trying to...
An incredible
I'm trying to remember who
performance for
another
the
one
whole
was,
team.
but those are the only two that really pop in my mind as the U.S. American drivers in the last 10 years.
So that was an exciting race.
It's
from
Rossi
our
and Scott
perspective.
Speed.
Let's have yours. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
I gained a lot of positions, she says. Technically, I only gained 4 positions. Technically, I only gained 4.
You're surpassing all expectations.
Can anything stop me? Myself.
Great. Well, that's
To
everything.
answer your question, Claire, myself. I'm the only one who can stop me. And it's been shown on multiple occasions that that has been the case. Alright. Man, what am I gonna do, huh? What am I gonna do with myself? Because it really is coming down to how I drive, and it just seems like as of late, my driving has just been not all that great. I hate to be that guy, but it definitely is not. It has not been all that great for me. As far as my R&D progress, oh, did it get fixed? Oh, hell yeah! We got ourselves a little bit of an engine boost right before Brazil, and in fact, if we boost up this fuel tech power, where we could try and rush it before Abu Dhabi. Actually, shit, we could try and rush it before the Brazilian Grand Prix, now that I think about it. Let's try and rush it. Let's see if we can get this done before Brazil. Think about it. Alright, so, and then figure out what my engine is going to be. My ICE is not taking that big of a hit, which is always good. Yeah, I just need to figure out what my practice engine is going to be. Review of a turnover? Oh, that's right, the Bears game's on right now. I totally forgot about that. Yes, like there is VTech in these Formula 1 cars. If there is ever VTech in these Formula 1 cars, you might as well just pack up the whole damn thing, because it's not going to get any better than that. Can I upgrade the Williams car to be better than the Merc? Yes, I mean, feasibly I can, but at this point in time, I am limited based on the facility specs that I am saddled with, because everything on this dev tree can be built out, but as you can see, there are question marks scattered throughout the dev tree. Now, the reason why there are question marks there is, as you can see, I need to build a facility spec up to level 2, or in the durability in the powertrain's case, I need to get them up to spec 3. I cannot do that, because this is my team career mode, or sorry, this is my driver career mode. I have to wait and hope that the AI-controlled Williams team spends the money to upgrade the facilities in order to open up the tree. Whereas if I did my team career mode, my owner, Gendo Racing, if we're talking about that, my custom team to put on the grid, I can spend my own money that I earn throughout the season to build up the spec of the facilities. Which is much better than this, because I can determine what part of the tree I want to build up more so than others. Whereas, like I said, here, I have to wait on the AI. And the AI has not really been generous to me. The AI has been okay with building up the spec for the durability, and they were a little bit kind to me in building up one thing for the engine to get built up to spec 2. But I'm still on spec 1 for the aero. I'm still spec 1 for the chassis. And like I said before, I need to hope that the AI spends the money to open these up. Because as you can see here, they're all on level 1. If I get at least one thing, if they build up one thing in either aero or chassis, it becomes spec 2 and my tree gets opened again. That part of the tree gets opened again. So at this point in time, I'm kind of hamstrung. I've kind of hit the maximum that I can for chassis and aero, and now engine, as you can see, as I'm just about done with this. I've just about hit my maximum for everything with my current spec level. feasibly, if I can get everything out to Spec 3 and build the tree out, yeah, this thing could hit like 950 on the 950, 960 on the vehicle performance index, which, granted, if every other car built their car out to max, it probably would not beat Mercedes, but it would still be very, very powerful. If I was the only car that had built up to 960, then yes, I would be able to beat Mercedes. But as it stands right now, I have to wait. I'm handcuffed right now to the AI wanting to choose to spend money on either the facilities or on George Russell. Can Honda add VTEC to the engine? Yeah, that's exactly why they're leaving. That's exactly why they're leaving F1, is because they needed to add VTEC to the engine to make Red Bull and AlphaTauri go faster, and they said no. F1 said no. So that's why they're leaving. You hate to see it. Alright, so let me see if I can... let's pray. Let's cross our fingers. Yes! The fast tracking actually worked. The fast tracking of the engine actually worked, and we officially have the best engine on the grid, boys. You love to see it. We have the best engine. We're better than Mercedes. We have the best engine on the grid. Wow, you never thought you'd see the day, right? We have the best engine on the grid, and of course now we're hands are tied, where we can't build anything out anymore. So at this point in time, I only can build up on the durability. The durability is the only part of the tree that I have not built up. And right now it is currently being hit by regulations for next year. So I can't touch it. I have to let it sit until next season. So I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that anything gets built up for the aero or the chassis. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media.
Yeah, I probably will get asked by the media coming into this Brazilian race then.
As while you will receive acclaim.
Yeah, J-Ro, I'm pretty much out of my family playoffs. I've lost the last 5 weeks straight. And I'm counting this week because I know I've already lost this week. But yeah, at this point in time, there isn't really much else to go by unless you guys want to see anything more about like stats or specifics as far as preferences and whatnot. We can just get right into the Brazilian race. I'm just tanking for Lawrence. Yeah, I hope that Trevor Lawrence goes to a good team. Or a team with a decent offensive line. Because if he goes to the Jets have a shit offensive line, so he's not going to get any help. It's kind of like what Joe Burrow is with Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, good quarterback, but he's got a shit offensive line in front of him. I'm sure Delios can attest to that fact. I'm sure Delios can tell you everything about how Cincinnati is doing right now because of the fact that Joe Burrow, while a good quarterback, is saddled with a very, very bad offensive line in front of him. We can have Watson then. You know, here's the thing. The Bears are in the same situation as the Texans. The Bears don't have that good of an offensive line either, my man. All right, so it's don't say that. And don't get me wrong. Yep, Deshaun Watson probably would be the best quarterback the Bears have ever had in its 100-year history. But you don't have an offensive line in front of him to help him. And yes, he could scramble. He could scramble, yes. But you can't have him scrambling every play. It's just not going to work. Can't do it. "13 years running, you've won 4 times. In my family league, this is year 8. I made the finals 4 times, and I've won once. So, I'm the LeBron James of my family league. Making all these finals and only winning once. Alright, so what's the weather going to look like for this Brazilian race? Actually, it's not all that bad. During the race, though, it looks like it's going to get a little sketchy, going from partly cloudy to full cloudy, but it doesn't say that there's going to be rain. It does not say that there's going to be rain, so I'm going to hold the weather forecast to its word and think that there's not going to be any rain, but watch, there's going to be rain. Just you watch. Just you wait. There's probably going to be rain that we're going to have to deal with for like maybe a lap or two. It's not going to cause any detrimental effects. But it'll probably rain for like a lap or two just to say, ha ha ha, Gendo. You said there wasn't going to be rain, but here's your rain.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Alright. Yes, I would love the improvement of said engine. Yeah, we just got a big engine boost right before this Brazilian race, so it's definitely going to help us on the long DRS straight. Thielen touchdown, hey, that helps me out, even though I'm already 25 points. Here, let me even take a look. I'm like 25 points down in my family fantasy league for the week, and I needed Thielen to ball out. I essentially needed Thielen to ball out in order to save my ass, but I just don't see that happening. So, yeah. Hey, Six God, how you doing? Did I look at the PM? No, I didn't see the PM. When did you send the PM, my good man? Looks like that you posted it on Saturday. Okay, I hadn't really checked back into desktop Twitter since I left. Oh, okay. Whatever. Just pass it. Just let it go. Just shrug it off, man. Just shrug it off. If you blocked them, then hey, that's probably for the best. Yeah, just block him then. But yeah, that's the thing. I needed Thielen to ball out for me to at least get 25 points, but there was just no way he was going to do that. So I pretty much just conceded defeat, and I'm pretty much out of my family's playoffs now. Or out of playoff contention. That's okay. On average, I pretty much have an off year every year. How it works for me is I pretty much have a god year where I make the finals, and then the next year I have an off year. That's pretty much what happened to me this year. Whereas last year I made the finals and flubbed it. So this year had to be the year that I just came back and had a shit year. Oh, come on. I'm seeing Shaq going by hella fast. I can't really look right now. And across the line, and boy, God, did we beat that target score. We only need 445. I got 490. Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins are carrying you. Yeah, like the only guy that was carrying me, that has been carrying me, geez, I need to go back to my list. Like James Robinson, I picked him up week 2, and he has been fucking phenomenal for me since I picked him up. James Robinson has been a real good pickup for me, but my first 3 were Michael Thomas, round 1, Raheem Mostert, round 2, Chris Carson, round 3. And then Kenny Galladay, I had keepers of Kenny Galladay and Drew Brees, because this is a keeper league. You can carry 2 people over from the previous season to this season. So, right off the bat, my first 3 picks and my 2 keepers were fucking garbage and have been garbage for me this year. And for like my draft picks, my other draft picks, was Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's been the only one that's been consistent. The Ravens defense has been okay. Like they started off hot and now they're falling. And then Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown has been kind of hot and cold. And you know what? That's been it. Those are the only draft picks that I have left on my squad. Everyone else has been swapped out. Like, I had Devin Singletary. I had, obviously, Drew Brees, but he's gone. I've had John Brown. He's gone. Yeah, I've had quite a lot of people come and go. And I think I only have like 6 of my draft picks left on my squad. Justin Herbert. I have Justin Herbert in the Firelight League. And yes, he has been balling out ever since he showed up to replace Tyrod Taylor, because the doctors went and deflated his lung by sticking a needle in his chest. Ever since he had his debut, he's just been balling out. And while the Chargers may only be 2-7, they've been in, I think, 5 or 6 one-score games. So it's not like they're getting blown out with a 2-7 record. They are fighting to the end. And Justin Herbert is definitely going to be the answer for them at quarterback for the future. Chargers defense needs to get better to help bail out the offense. Yes, this did just turn into Fantasy Football Hour with Brian Gendo. And no, I am not sorry. Yeah, this middle section in these 2 turns, this is fuel level 1 all the way. And then once you come out of this final corner, then you set it back up to 2, and then once you turn down this corner, you can then set the rich fuel mixture all the way up, and I don't know why I went wide. Also, I'm sure if Hensel's still around, he knows the name of all these corners. Because I tried looking them up and they're all in Portuguese, so I have no idea how they're pronounced or what they are even supposed to represent.
Okay.
Okay, absolutely, Jeff. I can sort your order for you next season, dude. Yeah, like I said, if I'm having a shit year this year, like it almost feels like it almost going by trends. Next year, I should have a rebound year that should get me into the playoffs, at least into the playoffs, if not the finals. So yeah, if you want fantasy football advice, next year is the year. Next year is the year that you should be asking me. Though I will say this, like Michael Thomas, Chris Carson, Raheem Mostert, they were all set to have big years this year, and then they just got hit with the injury bug. It's not like I drafted poorly, they just got hit with very, very bad injuries. And in Raheem Mostert's case, he's just consistently injured. Yeah, I'm punching teammates too. So when it comes to fantasy football, you're basically like scrounging for scraps or second tier guys that you wouldn't have normally looked at when you were drafting. Like I said, James Robinson, nobody drafted James Robinson in my league, and he was a guaranteed starter for the Jaguars. Guaranteed starter. And nobody picked him up until I did in week 2. Because it's like, oh hey, fucking Carson's down and Mostert's down again, so who's there? James Robinson. Okay. James Robinson is going to be a starter in Jacksonville. You need to pick him up immediately. He's going to get all the touches. Okay. Sounds good to me. Guaranteed starter, guaranteed points. Hey, what's going on, Circle? We had a bad Mexico. We had a very, very super bad Mexico. No good, rotten. Couldn't do anything with it, Mexico. I got up to 11th place, though. on the final lap with all of my flashbacks used up, on the final lap going through the S's, right before I hit the DRS zone, cut a corner. Cut a corner, had to take a 3-second time penalty, and because everybody was all stacked up already because of a late safety car, I went from 11th to 16th. Final race position because of that 3-second penalty. So yeah, that was a no good race. And I've been starting to get better at driving Mexico, but it's just those S's, man, those S's screwed with me. Something fierce. You picked up Kittle in round 10 the year he broke out. That was 2 years ago, I believe. Because he was still good last year. But I think he broke out in 2018, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that was a real good pick. A real good late round pick. At least the one solace that I have in my family league is that as far as keepers go, as far as keepers go, you cannot keep anybody that you picked in the first or second round. So anybody that got drafted in the first and second round, that has to go all back into the pool. You cannot keep. And also, if you kept anybody from last season, they have to go back into the pool too. You cannot keep anybody for more than 2 seasons. So the season you drafted them, and then the keeper season following. So for me, Drew Brees, who is obviously going to be retiring after this year, considering he now has a collapsed lung, Drew Brees and Kenny Galladay get put back into the pool for me. But that also means that my uncle is going to be giving up Lamar Jackson. He picked up Lamar Jackson last season, round 14 or 13, I believe. It was a super late round pick for Lamar Jackson. So he got super ass lucky with that pick. It's been helping him out this year, at least, to some degree. But obviously, after this year, it's going to have to go all back into the pool. And you know what? Like, Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, I don't even care if it's like a 3rd or a 4th round pick. I want them. I want them early because they are almost guaranteed points. Like, guaranteed gobs of points, too, between Lamar and Kyler. Between Lamar and Kyler, it's almost like drafting... Well, I know, right? It's almost like drafting a running back at that high level, too. It's like a running back who could throw. That was the whole thing, the whole knock on Lamar Jackson. It's like, oh, he's a running back who you could throw the ball a bit. And then it turns out, oh, he can actually throw the ball a lot better than just a bit. So yeah, next season I can go and get Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray outside of round 2. So I can keep them for the following season afterwards. I will do it. I don't even care that it'd be like a round 3 pick. They would be worth it. 7-3 Bears? Alright, cheers. Or 7-3 Vikings, not Bears. Oh, they can't convert from the 7? Man, that's typical Bears right there. Bears offense can't get it done at the goal line. Where have I heard this sad story before? Sounds like the Bears the last 4 or 5 years. Go for Wilson or Mahomes. I don't know if someone kept Mahomes for next year. If so, then yeah, they go back into the pool. And here's the thing. I've also been trying to campaign my family to make it so that quarterback passing touchdowns are 6 points. Because we're going by the ESPN default scoring. So rushing touchdowns are 6, receiving touchdowns are 6, but passing touchdowns are only 4. Admittedly, you gotta say, the quarterback position is the most important position on the field, so you gotta feel like that from a fantasy standpoint, a fantasy point standpoint, that has to be taken into account too. That fantasy quarterback should be a lot more valuable than fantasy running backs or definitely fantasy receivers. So I've been trying to petition for the last year my family to bump the quarterback points from 4 to 6, but they didn't do it this year. I don't know if they'll do it next year, but I'll try. Their default 7 on Yahoo? Why are they 7 when you're only getting 6? You're not getting the extra points, so they shouldn't be 7. I can see if they're default 6, like rushing and receiving, but 7? That may have been a change, because they were not 7 the last time I did Yahoo, which was about 4 years ago. They definitely were not 7 the last time I was on Yahoo. So that has to be a recent change. If that's default now, that's a recent change. Let's work on qualifying pace. I didn't do qualifying pace last time. Let's try and work on it this time. Okay, what were you seeing that was 7 then? I'm curious. I am very curious to know what you were seeing that was 7. Come here, Magnuson. I'm going to use you as a toe. Yeah, because obviously the commissioner can change the settings. The commissioner can change points for yardages, points for touchdowns, points for everything, really. See, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not wanting to change the amount of points for passing yards, because then we're just going to get into stupid territory. I just wanted to, up the passing touchdowns points from 4 to 6. That's all. That's all I wanted to ask for, and they didn't do it. All of your touchdowns are 7? That is dumb, then. That is real dumb. Like, I'm sorry, man, but that's just no joke dumb. Alright, let's move on.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top 3 again.
I got
Brian
fastest
Bottas
time!
And Charles Leclerc. Sadly,
Woo,
it's
I'm
time to say
fastest in
goodbye as free
FP1.
practice is over.
Just stop the race. Just stop the race weekend now. Stop the count. I'm fastest in FP1. That means I win the race. I've officially won this race. Just give me the Brazilian Grand Prix title right now. I've won this race. Let's just, and then move ahead to Abu Dhabi. We're done. We don't have to worry about it. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Gotta do it all the way. Alright, it's bumped up to 95. Get my race engine going. I was gonna say, what's my race engine looking like right now? So my ICE is at 28. Ooh, my MGUK is at 44. That's on the high side. That is definitely on the high side. What's my MGUH at? 29. My energy store is at 31. My turbocharger is also at 31. And my control electronics is at a paltry 6%. So, as far as my race engine goes, the one and only thing I need to worry about is my MGUK. I don't think my MGUK is going to make it all the way through Abu Dhabi. I'm not going to take any new parts. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not going to take any new parts. So my MGUK is probably going to be over 50% by the time Abu Dhabi hits. It'll probably, falter, fail, maybe, once we get into Abu Dhabi, but I'm not going to take any extra parts. We're just going to run with this set of engine parts all the way through the end of the season. All right, and let's finish practice up. 10 yards per point on rushing and throwing. Yes, or you mean rushing and receiving. Because I believe for ESPN default, it's 25 yards per point. Yeah, it is that much. It is 25 yards per point default on ESPN. I think for Yahoo default, it's 20. I know on another site that I've used called Flea Flicker, it's 20. That is default for passing. Then it's Flea Flicker. Flea Flicker is 20 yards per point passing. But yeah, ESPN is 25. That's a bit on the high side, but it feels fair. But that's why I say at that point in time, might as well bump up the passing touchdowns too, from 4 to 6. Because as I've said before, honestly, quarterback is the most important position on your roster. Running backs and wide receivers are expendable. That's why you can have 2, 3, maybe even 4 of one on your roster. But you can only have one quarterback on your fantasy roster. So you got to make that count. Which is why I say make the passing touchdown 6 instead of 4. Hey, what's going on, Keegan? Wow, for you, passing is also 10 yards per point? Jesus, man, you're just going for like arcade style points in your fantasy league. 7 points per touchdown, all touchdowns, 10 yards per point, all ways of getting it. Dude, sign me up to your league, because your league sounds fun. You can see some high-scoring leagues, like 200 to 190 or something like that. That is some awesome point scoring at the end of it. Alright, and just as a reminder, qualifying is going to be cloudy to partly cloudy, and same thing with the race. Cloudy to partly cloudy. It was set up by an American... Okay, well then maybe he wanted to see high-scoring shit. To be fair, he probably wanted to see some high-scoring shit, which was the reason why he made it so vastly different. Alright, as far as the R&D tree, here's another thing. This is what the R&D progress bar looks like. Obviously, Mercedes are just head and shoulders above everybody else. They are the first car above 800 vehicle performance. And then you have Ferrari and Racing Point that are fighting it out right there, second and third. They're kind of like 760, 750, maybe like 745 even. McLaren and Renault are and even AlphaTauri and Red Bull, they're just above 700. We just boosted up our engine, so we're like at about 690, something like that, with Alfa Romeo and Haas right behind us at like 680, 675. You heard about Interlagos, you were writing in translation, but it's getting too big. So you put in the Discord. Yeah, you can put in the Discord. I mean, I was going to say, it's like every single corner, which is like, what, there's 13 corners on the damn thing? Here, let's take a look at it. So, turn 1, 2, coming down the hill, and then 3 is the sweeper, 4 at the very end, 5, 6, this big old thing leading into the tight sections, 7's the first very tight corner, then 8, then 9, 10 at the very end of that, so that's the horseshoe is 10, then 11's the sweeping left-hander, 12's the harder left-hander, 13 another left-hander, 14, 15, it's 15 turns, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Interlagos is 15 turns. Let me take a look. Interlagos. I was gonna say, how many turns would you say is at this track? 15? Let's see what officially Wikipedia says. Wikipedia says, yes, Wikipedia actually does say it's 15 turns. I actually counted that right. Holy shit, that's a first. Yeah, 1, 2, the S do Senna, the Senna S's, you're coming down the hill. 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. Actually, I counted this as one turn. I counted 6 and 7 as one turn. I did not think that was 2. 8, 9, 10, 11, I counted that right. 12, 13. Oh, it's because I counted this one. Between 13 and 14, I counted that little kink there. I counted that as an extra turn. Between Junsao and Junsol and Arquibancadas. I don't know where the accent is. Arquibancadas. So between 13 and 14, I actually put in an extra turn number there. Okay. All right. So like I said, though, it is still 15 corners. I was right on that. Yes, counting with Gendo. Welcome to Gendo 66, where today we are going to learn how to count from 1 to 15. Ooh, we could use both hands. We use both hands to count here. A sensor fault.
Mate. We've got a sensor issue, and we're going to be stuck here for a while as we fix it.
Wow. That sucks. Right, let me drop my fuel load. While I'm waiting here, let me drop my fuel load and see what else I can change. I think brake pressure's fine. Yeah, tire pressure's fine. Yeah, sometimes you can use your feet. Accelerate time. I want to get out on track, damn it. Alright. Flying lap, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it. But yeah, Brazil is one of those tracks where I'm slowly starting to favor it. It's moving up the rankings for me. But it will always be rough because of this middle section. Sector 2, the middle section, will always be a sore spot for me because I can never seem to get it right. You're still waiting for a Mercedes to pass a Merc. You're going to be waiting for a while there, Joke. Yeah, we're talking about legitimately, Tykesman. Legitimately in the heat of battle. Ah, shit. Well, I already know I'm going to put together another lap. But... this is going to be a real shit lap time, just FYI. Oh, that actually got me 15th. For now, it got me into 15. So for now, I am actually into Q2, but let's be honest here, I'm going to need to put together a better lap time. Oh, George Russell beat me out, that bitch. You big bitch. Okay, if I want to beat him, I need to get 300ths faster. 300ths of a second faster than George Russell. Though if I want to be safe, probably 3/10, 3 full tenths would be the safety zone for me to get into Q2. And yes, I am going out on the same tires. Because, yeah, you got to figure that Raikkonen, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Magnussen are all going to put together faster times. So it really does come down to will Russell or myself get the faster of the two times. And I know I fucked up a couple of corners in here. I could get faster.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
God damn it. Well, Green Stacks, I am sorry that you feel that way. Playing in a way that's enjoyable for me. Because it just does not feel natural playing at T-Cam or anything like that. In fact, it makes me feel very awkward driving in T-Cam. So while it may be more viewer-friendly in heavy quotes there, it's not really good for me. Solo Productions, thanks for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. I didn't even see if I actually got out of it. I did. Okay, both Russell and I did get out of Q1. We're into Q2. Both Haas's didn't make it. Both Alphas didn't make it. And Lance Stroll also not making it out of Q1. You hate to see it. I was able to beat him by 0.02 of a second. So while I did get 0.3 faster, as I may mention before, like 0.3 would have been like very close to the safe zone because I knew that there were going to be drivers getting faster times. And as you can see there were definitely drivers getting faster times, and I was just right on the cusp of it to get faster. To get the time that I needed to move into that spot. I mean, I've not been stranger to view counts in 7,500 viewers before when I was doing Football Manager. But viewer count's not really all that much. Doesn't matter all that much to me, honestly. It's all about, especially in a racing game, it's all about how you feel with driving the car. How comfortable are you driving the car with the setup that you're going to have? No solo, I'm doing 50% race distance. 50% race distance, 95 AI. 3-stage qualifying, as you can see here. I tried out 25% race distance my very first season back in 2019 when I was getting used to playing this game. And then I stuck on 50% ever since. 50% or higher. Oh shit, that was terrible. Well, I already know I'm going to be doing another lap. I might not get out of Q2, but I know I'm going to do another lap to get faster than this. Because to some people, they want to see the whole track. Which, like I said, driving with a wheel, it just does not feel natural. When driving in, like, T-pillar mode or offset camera mode. It just does not feel natural to me. 108.335. Yeah, that was slower than my best Q1 time. That was definitely slower than my Q1 time. So I know I could get faster. Alright, so what is the cutoff? The cutoff is 0.4 faster. I don't know if I can get 0.4 faster. I could probably get 2 to 3/10 faster. Which would probably put me somewhere in the 12th, 13th spot range. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get out of Q2. And I've said this before. It's really, really hard for me and the Williams that I built out to almost max spec 1, it is really hard to get out of Q1 in the first place. But get out of Q2, oh, I might as well forget about it. Doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. It has happened once, legitimately. Oh, I've got a Joker in front of me. I've got a McLaren in front of me. Big Joker. It's gonna botch my lap up, I know it. If I don't botch my lap up first, he'll botch it for me. Oh, yeah, I can't really complain. I honestly can't complain about that. It did look like I was going over. Why am I turning in so late there? I'm questioning my own driving. Why am I turning in so late there? Yeah, I only got 13 tenths, or 13 tenths. That'd be great. 13 hundredths faster. That's going to put me 14th. I didn't move up. I didn't move down. I stayed exactly where I got. So 14th, and it looks like Georgia is going to be starting 15th. All right, not bad. Not bad. Both Red Bulls did not make it out either. Max and Esteban, or not Esteban. Man, if Esteban made it to Red Bull, whew. But Max and Alexander Albon both down here in Q2, not getting out of it. Same thing with Esteban Ocon. Lewis Hamilton qualifying on the mediums as he does. Let's be honest, he's always going to do that because he's fast as fuck and he just can make it work. So that means your top 10 is going to be Perez, Ricciardo, Gasly, Kvyat, Vettel, Hamilton, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, and Bottas. Now we shall see exactly how they will line up when we get into the race. And I'm actually surprised I didn't get an interview by Claire. That's strange I didn't get an interview by Claire right there. They usually do. But for everybody that is stopping on by that's new to the stream, if you are still hanging around, I do appreciate you. Thank you very much. If you want to know what my schedule is, it is down below, but I'll just reiterate it here. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 5:30 Central Time for the weekdays, and 5 p.m. Central for the Saturday night racing. Of course, if you want to sign up for Twitter and Discord, I say sign up for Twitter, but if you want to follow me on Twitter and Discord, if you want to banter off camera, they are linked in the info box below. I do also have a YouTube channel specifically for uploading the career mode streams that I've done. So I've done my team career mode in the past with Gendo Racing. I did 3 seasons with that. That's on my YouTube channel of Gendo66. And I also am just starting the upload of the Williams Racing career mode. In fact, the first episode just went up today. And I'll be uploading that a season at a time with like a week break in between. So Season 1, Episode 1 just went up today. Like I said, you can follow that, Gendo66 on YouTube. Tyke's been being an absolute bro there and helping me out. Thank you. With all the links in there. I think it's, yeah, it is YT. And also, of course, exclamation point commands will give you the full list of commands that I have for Nightbot for this channel. If you are so interested and if you forget any commands that may have slipped your mind, just to let you know. Alright, so we got ourselves a 36-lap race here at Brazil. What do you think is going to happen? Because I'm going to be starting in 14th. I would love to push up for a top 10 spot. I would love to push up to a top 10 spot here because I do like Brazil and am starting to like it in like a top 5 sense.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with
So,
the stage
crossing
set for
fingers
what
for this
promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his 3rd championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit, and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right.
A lot of
With a
left-hand
technical
turns.
section opening up to a flat-out sector 3. And that gives us our best passing opportunity down into turn 1. It's time
Go
to
for
take
top
a look
10.
at
That's
our
what I'll try,
starting
man.
grid
I
for
will
today's
try.
race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel,
Mercedes
Carlos Sainz,
lockout,
and
Ferrari
Ricciardo,
lockout.
Gasly, Norris, Kvyat, and
Gasly's
Sergio
still up there.
Perez. Verstappen, Ocon, Alexander Albon, O'Brien, Russell, Stroll, Romain Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen. Magnussen and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid.
Starts from the back of the grid, says Giovinazzi. And yeah, once I'm done with this, I'll probably watch the Bears game, and then I'll probably wind down the night playing some AC Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is such a beautiful game. Alright, so what do they want me to do? So they want me to only do a one-stop strat. So yeah, we'll do a one-stop strat, soft to medium. I feel like that's the best strat to do. Is it good? It is. It's pretty. It's got, obviously as an Assassin's Creed game, it still maintains a lot of Assassin's Creed elements to it. It's got, like I said, I didn't play Odyssey or Origins, but from what Sarancia said, it did carry over like the tree, like the ability tree that you can, you know, build up for your range weapons, your melee weapons, your assassinations and whatnot. That I didn't know about, because that wasn't in any of the first few games that I played. So if they added that for like Odyssey Origins, then yeah, then they carried that over. Obviously being Viking themed, it's, you know, set in, you're like playing Skyrim almost in terms of the setting, but they also implement raiding and longboat battles. Ooh, longboat battles kind of remind me of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so AC4, but on a smaller scale. But you can definitely be you be fighting in boats from time to time. But other than that, plays like an Assassin's Creed game, but with the Viking mythos. So I would definitely recommend it. And it is on both old gen and current gen. So like, or you should say current gen and new gen if you really want to get technical. So yeah, it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. So it's available for all of those consoles if you are interested. If you have one of those new consoles. Hey, what's going on, Frostbite? I'm doing okay. We had a shit Mexico, so I'm hoping to fix it up here at Brazil. I'm starting 14th, so looking to try and get a top 10. So we're going to do the soft to medium strategy. Hey, welcome back, James. What is everyone else around me doing? I'm curious. So Lewis Hamilton's the only one starting on mediums. George is starting on mediums too. Same thing with Grosjean and Giovinazzi. Okay, so I don't have to worry about those guys, because they're likely going to be dropping back. But it's everybody else that I got to keep up with the soft tires. And yeah, let's giggity go. 16 laps on the soft, the rest of the way on the mediums. I'm starting 14th. Where do you think I'm going to finish up? Let's go. Everyone's back in time for Brazil. Down the hill. And it looks like everybody has survived going down the hill. Thanks for the follow. I'll get to you in just a second. I can't really do that right now. Fargrim Frostbeard. Any relation to Frostbite? Whoa! Fucking Lance Stroll out of nowhere dive bombing. Here he is again. Fucking Lance Stroll just trying to dive bomb me right there. What the fuck? Have I played F1 21? No, don't care for it. Ah, fuck you, Lance. You know, it's like after having stopped playing FM19 when it started to get pretty bullshit, it's strange. I've lost all of my ability to care about Football Manager. Strange what a game does to you. Believe me, FM19, in fact, the 3 games before that had some
DRS will be enabled this lap.
real
You
solid
can use it
bullshit.
when within 1 second of the car ahead. And
Oh,
in the
for
DRS
fuck's
zone.
sake, Stroll. I need to get around Stroll before turn 1 because he is braking hard into it. He is braking very hard in turn 1. So if I can find a way to beat him into turn 1, I'll get past him. But that's the whole thing. I gotta be able to find a way to beat him into turn 1. Ah, fuck. Keep overshooting my turns. So, Teichman, you're saying that it's better on FM20 than 21? You need to reword that if you mean 20 is better, or 21 is better. Of course I fucked that up. And also, F1, oh my god, that's a name. F1, thank you very much for the follow. I can't really concentrate on your name right now, but thanks for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. It's like Para Principe or something like that. Para Principiantes. I do not know what that means in Spanish, but thank you very much for stopping on by. Ah, okay, you're a troll. Thank you very much. Wolfgamer or Delios, can you take care of that? Can you take care of the F1 Paratroll? Thank you very much. I don't care if you say it in English, Spanish, French, German, Swahili. You come in here spouting bullshit, you will get banned. And only in certain instances where I know you, you can spout bullshit and not get banned. Like, Tykesman spouts bullshit all the time, but he stays. Yeah, Tykesman can stay because I know him. He's okay.
Managing it well.
You're a good bullshitter, yeah. That is very true.
Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS to overtake.
Yeah, we can commiserate in being Bears fans, Tykesman. I mean, 7-6, it's just about to get into halftime, you said? Oh, shit.
You've been awarded a time penalty for
Nah, you know what? I'll use my first flashback for that one. I totally forgot I even had two to begin with. Alright, I've got 2 left. Got 2 left in the chamber. Because Lance Stroll had to go and fucking pass me. He had to be a complete and utter biatch about it. Now I gotta be careful. Because the last 2 times that I had that warning, it were on those first 2 turns, the Senna S's. But I guess also to James's point about getting F1 21, I also just don't have the patience for those type of games anymore, for that type of game specifically. Like when I started streaming it out, oh, I had all the time in the world for it. Now I just really don't. Stroll's getting a much better run on it. Alright, Sarancia, I will do that after I'm done with this. You are also the first one to redeem that one. It looks like we are going to be raiding my good buddy, Joe, aka Lugnuts Up, after this race is over. I do know what he is streaming tonight. I believe he is streaming Mafia, the remastered version. So he's taking a break from racing tonight, but he is streaming some Mafia. If you've ever played or seen people play that game before, it actually is pretty solid. The remastered version looks real sharp. Real fucking sharp. Oh, I'm too fast going into it. I got right up to Stroll and I panicked. Up, see you around, haha. I missed that, I'm sorry. If you left already, whoops. Wow, I'm having a fucking nightmare here at Brazil. Had a nightmare in Mexico. And I thought after qualifying 14th, I would actually have a much better Brazil, but it really has not turned out to be that way. And like I said, Lance Stroll takes turn 1 real fucking slow. So if I'm able to beat him into turn 1, I've got him. Yeah, I knew about the ribs and the punctured lung. Or collapsed lung. Yeah, his career's over. Honestly, his career is over. He's 41. He's had a nice long career. Him and Brady were going back and forth with the passing records, but I think that broken ribs and a collapsed lung, I think that pretty much signals your career's done at that age. Now the Saints got to deal with famous Jameis and his wonderful turnovers. Yeah, this was the last year of his contract. And he was hinting very heavily at retirement after this year. Yeah, as what Iowa was saying in the Discord, is he was going to be joining the commentary booth for Notre Dame games. You play 7th in a Williams at 90 AI, very nice. What track? Oh my god, the line is there, but I ain't following the line. Ah, okay, you just started the season. That's a good start. It's a very good start. Monday Night Football's giving him a season. Interesting. God, who's in front of me? Stroll, Ocon, and I couldn't tell who the other two cars were. Albon and what was that? McLaren. Oh fuck, I went wide. Killing my tires because I just can't keep this car on the track. What is going on with me, Brian? At least Russell is holding up the group behind. Are tire vibrations a thing in this game? I don't think so. And it's not something that True Force is really giving me extra vibrations of. If anything, it's giving me extra vibrations from the motor, not from any tire vibration. Your tire is vibrating, and then 2 laps later, it just falls right off. Sorry, your lug nut was not on all the way. Please retire the car.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
Oh, Lance. Oh, Lance. I mean, I
You're
hate to do
approaching
this
the
to
pit
you.
window. You'll be on the mediums.
I hate to do this to you, bud. Oh, welcome to shit, Lance. Welcome to the stage of eating shit. Albon and Ocon fighting in front of me. Then no, you can't flat spot your tire. The tire as a whole just has a universal wear gauge of percentage of how much your tire wears down. So there is no flat spotting of tires. Alright, so the leader's looking like they're going a soft to hard strategy. Hamilton's still out here on these medium tires. Do I take DRS to pit lane? Hell yes, I do. Save as many seconds as I possibly can. Save as many tenths as I possibly can. I take all that speed. DRS, overtake button. High fuel mixture if need be. Take all that speed going into pit lane. Because I got the auto pit. Hey, what's going on, Marcelo? Alright, I'm coming into pit next time by.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Oh wow, I didn't know Hamilton came into pit. He's pitting for hard tires. Wow. He's going to the medium hard strategy. Yeah, Williams in first, but for one lap only. That is true. It all does still count. And it says that I'm going to be exiting the pits in 16th place. I'm going to make my stop and then exit in 16th. Why is Mercedes in the lower mid-card? Why is Mercedes lower midfield?
Go, exit now.
That
We're
kind of
racing
doesn't
on the
make
exit.
sense.
Release, release. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
Most everybody are on hard tires, so I could be able to sneak a lot of these bastards out. I could be able to sneak a lot of these bastards out. Just because they're on hard tires. Ah, you're in Season 3, gotcha. So it said I was going to exit in 16th, I actually exited 13th. Whoa! I'm not going to sneak a lot of these guys out if I act like that. Oh, you know it, sir. George Russell's in the pits.
George is coming in for his stop.
All right. Which means that's a free spot. And also Albon, this is going to be a free spot. I'm sorry, Brian, that was an illegal overtake. That actually was an illegal overtake, not gonna lie.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mixed 2C.
I fucking body checked Albon there. I body checked him going into turn 1. Make Haas over Williams. See, that's the thing. Once I'm done with the Williams career, I'm going to go back to do another my team career. With chat input. Chat input on everything that I do. When it comes to driver, when it comes to sponsors, when it comes to like team name, team colors, team everything. Basically going to be Twitch Plays F1 2020. See, Tykesman, we don't talk about those times, right? Those were the dark times. The dark times when I was not winning a driver's title, when I sure as shit should have won a driver's title. Man, what are these guys on? That I am in my fucking medium tires and I cannot catch up to anybody in front of me. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Verstappen and Kvyat. It's the 100-power troll machines in front of me. Did Patterson actually do well in a kickoff for once? Because I thought it was that Ridley guy that was back there. Oh, he actually did return for a touchdown. Okay. I thought you were just saying the Bears were having a kickoff return and Cordarrelle was back there. I did not know you were gushing because of the fact that he got the touchdown. My mistake. I think I'm pulling away from Perez and Ocon just a little bit. I finally got into DRS range of Verstappen. Which means I am in range of points. Or is this going to be like Mexico? Is this going to be like a Mexico where I'm just going to completely shit the bed last lap? I certainly hope not. We got 15 laps left to go. As I'm just hanging back here behind Verstappen. I do have 2 flashbacks left, yes. Whoa! Am I gonna dive bomb him? I do! Husky, whoa! That was a big fucking dive bomb. On Max Verstappen, and we are in points right now. We are in the points-paying positions. But you gotta think that Verstappen is not going to be happy. He's going to be coming back with a vengeance. God damn it. Constructors is directly related to where the drivers place, correct. Because Constructors points are the total amount of drivers points that you have. I mean, I don't want to assume that you knew that, but that is what it is. Correct, because they would not have gotten any points. They would have finished outside the top 10. They're in a if they're in a shitty car with no constructors points, then yeah, they finished outside the top 10, meaning they got no points. Actually, Vettel and Kvyat now starting to pull away from me. AI drivers winning champion. Wait, what? That does not make sense. If they're winning championship, if the drivers are winning championships, their points are accumulating towards the constructors. So then something is either bugging out or they modded the game. Because all positions, all top 10 positions give you points. And if they're winning races, they should be getting top points. Yes, Jack, we had the Hamilton celebration party. We had it earlier. It happened for about a good 5 seconds. We acknowledged it and we moved on. Like, this has been your moment of zen, and we move on to the next bit. Anyway, Jack, how you doing, bud? Uh-oh. What's the matter, Tykesman? Let me guess, something with the Bears, eh? Still holding strong here in 10th place with just about 10 laps to go. Like I said before, yeah, Vettel is really making the charge. He's DRSing behind Kvyat. That's why he's pulling away from me. Alright, officially 10 laps to go here. Like I said, I'm still slowly pulling away from Verstappen, but Vettel and Kvyat slowly pulling away from me.
To mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
All because of the fact they are DRSing off of each other, and I am nowhere near anybody. I am just trying to put together consistent lap times. That's all I really can do right now, is just put together consistent lap times. Make it so that Verstappen behind me can't catch me on his hard tires. And hell, Verstappen is all on an island by himself. He's nowhere close to either me or Perez behind him. So he can't even get any DRS help from Perez. They recovered a muffed punt. Gotcha. Like I said, once I'm done with this, I'll sit down, watch the rest of the Bears game, and then go play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Favorite track in this game? Canada. I may mention of a top 5 before. Like Canada, then Spa, Monza, Austria, and then Silverstone. Though, as I may mention before, Brazil and Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix, real close. Real close. Canada is faster than Monza. Like, you can average a lap time there like 107. You can average a lap time like you would at, well, Brazil or Austria, really. I would think it would have to do something with the too long DRS straights. Right at the end of the lap, they make that lap feel a lot shorter than what it is. First racing game, far from it. And also, I wouldn't say my first F1 game, because I did play F1 2019, but it still comes down to the fact that oh boy, I do not know a good portion of these tracks. So if you're saying that because I have the driving line on for the corners, well, that is your reason why I have the driving line on. I do plan on getting rid of it. Also, Natsukami, thank you very much for stopping on by. Hope you're doing well. We still have 7 laps left to go here at Brazil. Christ. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay in 10th. I think I'll just get these 10th place points right here. Why do I rev all the way up on the start? Firstly, why is that even a question? Everyone does it. Because when you release the clutch, you have revs going so that it will force you forward. So what do you want me to do? Start with lower revs and not get a good jump off the line? And I know what probably the next thing you're going to say is, oh, you need to keep between a certain amount of revs. I cannot see that on my car. I know when you have the HUD for non-cockpit view, you can it actually does tell you the amount of revs. I cannot see that in my car. No, yeah, I know, you say 11,000. I cannot see that in my car. 11,000 usually is top end of the lights that you see at the top of the LED, which is why I rev all the way up to the top. But as far as it telling you a rev counter, it does not give you a rev number on this HUD. Oh, and I've seen people starting as well too, and 11,000 is like right at the top end. So when you're saying why are you revving it up all the way, well, isn't that 11,000? And I'll probably have to go in and do a rev count when I'm practicing here. Yeah, 18,000's top end for the V10s, the V8s. I know that from doing the classic car stuff. But for these cars, top end, you said top end is what, 13,000? But yeah, I thought 11,000 was like right where the lights end. That's what I thought was 11,000, right where the lights end.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Did something happen with Kvyat? Kvyat and Vettel were fighting it out in front of me. We've got 3 laps to go. I'm actually going to catch the DRS of Kvyat. Oh, we're back in business, boys. We might be able to get more than 1 point. Oh, no, I'm not taking that. I do have 2 extra flashbacks, but I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that overage. I'm sorry, I hate to be that guy, but I am not taking that overage. I've got 1 flashback left with 2 laps to go. And I am still out here making shit-ass turns going into these. Kvyat is actually out of DRS range.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Kvyat actually out of DRS range. Ah, now he is. Now he's in it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Shut up. Leave me alone. Come on, Kvyat, you are not in range. Oh, he's not in range of him. Please tell me I can catch him. Please tell me I can catch and pass him.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Got him. That's a catch and pass on Kvyat right at the end. We got one lap to go. Final lap. White flag in the air. The catch and pass on the outside. Lewis Hamilton has won this race. Yeah, and it's a bank I don't use, so I don't know and I don't care. So instead of the 1 point, we are gonna get the 2. The Williams is gonna finish in 9th place, and top 10 was what I wanted to get out of this race, and that's exactly what we do. We get the top 10. We get the top 10. You'll love to see it.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
Driver of the day! Going from 14th to 9th. Kirk sacked, nice.
Just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team.
Sponsored by Babatunde.
Mercedes
Yeah, Hamilton
on top
wins.
once again after an
Mercedes
excellent
at the
race
top.
weekend. It's great to
Bottas
see
in
them up on
second.
that
Charles
podium once
Leclerc
again.
in third.
So, let's review the driver's standing.
Yes, let's review. Top 10. Outside of Hamilton, Bottas, and Leclerc, it's Sainz in 4th, Gasly in 5th, then Norris, Ricciardo, Vettel, myself, and Kvyat, of course, with the very nice move at the very end of that. Verstappen did not get points. Man, what happened to Red Bull this season? Like, they have fallen off real fucking far. Like I said, Verstappen in 11th, Perez, Ocon, Stroll, Russell back in 15th, Kimi, Alexander Albon. Bad strategy for Albon finishing in 17th. Magnussen, Giovinazzi, and Grosjean.
After a difficult race today
it.
for our championship leader. Some amazing
The 69
talent.
move. I don't know what you're talking about there, joke. Albon's just
On the
not
track
normal.
today.
No, he's
For
not.
Anthony, who would you pick as your...
Albon just ain't right. This boy ain't
Great work
right.
out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Yes, that was the upgraded engine that we
You're
got,
meeting
Claire.
all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
Yes, the team is more than some of its parts. It's
Did you
all
feel that things
working
went well
out
for you
together.
today?
Oh yeah, I think that everything worked out well. We started 14th, we finished 9th, we got points. You don't think things didn't go well? We got points! Come on now!
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
I am speed. Power unit. All because of the power unit.
Appreciate your time.
That's what it was. Oh my god. Buffalo to Tonka. Right at the end of the season, we're moving our driver acclaim all the way up to 11. But, of course, we are not going to be doing anything powertrain upgrade. Ooh! It's a powertrain upgrade! That's great, but I wanted the aero and the chassis to be upgraded. No. I mean, yeah, look at that. In 20th of November, powertrain upgrade. That's great. However, I don't really need the powertrain upgrade. You can see there the build time is going to be upgraded. I don't need that. I don't need the powertrain upgrade. I need aerodynamics and the chassis facility to be upgraded. What the hell? Why are you building them? At this point in time, it's the same thing I feel about when they were doing the durability. It's like, why are you spending money on shit I don't need? I don't need the facilities of powertrain to be upgraded. I need the facilities of aero and chassis to be upgraded now.